Hello, everybody. This is an episode. This is an episode of Thoughts. I'll be your host on this adventure, as you may call it. And subject in question: indie games. So, indie games are things that are indie, meaning they're not very popular. And indie creators can be some uptight people. Like, think of Phil Fish, as you may. He seems like a douche. But thing is, I understand why he's a douche. I mean, if I was pushed around in the game industry for a creation I made, then I would act like a douche too, but that characteristic for Phil Fish should not define his sales for a game. His personality shouldn't define the game quality. It shouldn't define what the game really is. I just don't understand how that's actually logic towards some people, but the world's a very vast and weird place. So much so that I don't feel comfortable. Not a bit. But I'm a little off topic. So, indie games. I like indie games. And when I say indie games, I think mostly of horror games, which are mostly indie. But, I mean, I don't really play them. I know about them through sources and blah blah blah. You know, other people play them. But I don't. Not the fact that I don't like them, it's just that I don't have the patience or the time to really finish a game right now. Because of personal and unattendable reasons. But indie games, in my opinion, there's something different. Some of them kind of suck. You know, most of them. But most of them are pretty good. Like Guncraft. Guncraft just looks like Minecraft, but Guncraft is very special. 'Cause I played it when it was free. And it's definitely something. I don't see much future in it, but I mean, it's on Steam Green. Is that what it's called? Steam Greenlight, yeah. It's on that, and it gets my vote. So that's an indie game. But as for horror games and, you know, other games, I just don't have any thoughts towards them. Because a lot of indie games don't stay indie for very long. Super Meat Boy was an indie game. Everyone knows what Super Meat Boy is. Minecraft was an indie game. It's now pop culture. Fez was an indie game. And that brings us back to Phil Fish. And how his personality is shown through his Twitter account, which where it should be. Social media is made for rambling. So if you don't like it, then don't take the piss. It's as simple as that. If you don't like Phil Fish, don't follow him, don't say shit to him. Just, you gotta think about it from his perspective. If he's getting called out for the game industry and feels mad about it, then he feels mad about getting called out from the game industry. Alright. If I gotta think about this. If he really can't be himself where he's supposed to be himself, then society is nothing more than trash cans. of how shitty it is. Okay, that was actually an awful pun. It wasn't even a pun. Shit, toilet bowl. Originality at its finest. But yes, those are my thoughts on the whole situation with indie games and Phil Fish. My name is Zach. That's all you need to know about me.